So, those of you who have been following me on Twitter, which is at this point 2 people or something, will know that I've been having a lot of fun again with EU4. Now, with Cossacks coming out, actually having come out a while back, I think a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or something, I decided to play a good old Muscovy into Russia game. And I figured, well, let's just show it off. Because, you know, it makes my EP big and stuff. So, here's mainland Russia. As always, nice borders. That's what I always go for. Probably could have expanded more into China, but come on. Who needs that, right? Best new feature, this wasteland coloring. It's amazing. I love it. Thank you, Paradox. Thank you. Anyway, we can ignore this, especially this one. There you go. So where to start? Well, here's Mother Russia, glorious Mother Russia. Then we have here the random New World. I have like 2 colonial nations here with a few colonists because I have them lying around. Nothing much here. I have a couple of random... Zoom in. Faster. I have some random islands that I took from France because I was losing prestige because they were the revolutionary target. So I figured, might as well take them out. As you can see, Europe is a bit of a mess. Here we go, religion map mode. Orthodoxy is pretty strong. Obviously, thanks to me. I have my March here, Finland. They're good. They're pretty cool. And then I have here Silesia, which is really big because we just won a war against Austria. A really big one. I think they got Vienna, this place. I have the Rosetta mod, so it converts all the names. And maybe a few others. Oh, this one, I think, as well. Yeah, I basically won the entire war for them, and then they took like a massive bite out of Austria. And Croatia, Bosnia, Galicia, Volhynia were all force converted by me in wars. And then Bulgaria is just massive. They're actually giving me trade power because they did that when they only had like this province, maybe these 2 or something, and they just never broke it. So I've been getting their trade power, maybe by No, not Byzantium. I am guaranteeing their independence. Fun fact: Byzantium was actually formed by Greece. I allied Greece when they had a few provinces again, and then helped them out a bit, and they formed Byzantium. Let's see, what else do we have? My ally Spain. We've been at war a couple of times, but they keep coming back. Like, it seems you can get new allies really easily. Like, I'm allied with the Netherlands as well, because, why not? But pretty much the only people that don't want to ally me are, like, Savoy. Yeah, Savoy wants to ally me. I've been at war with them so many times. Austria's the only one, because we're rivals. Even though, yeah. Oh, they don't trust me probably because I was their ally at some point and betrayed them. I don't quite remember. Britain. Yeah, Britain wants to be my ally too. Because, people are either terrified of me or friendly towards me, which is nice. What else do we have? We have my client state, Korea, because I felt like having a client state. And that's pretty much it from my territory, I think. Oh yeah, this happened. Kilwa is massive. Sadly, they didn't get this wasteland in their color, probably because they didn't have this province, which is a shame, because now it looks kind of ugly, even though they have the majority of... Oh wait, this is... right, this is wasteland as well, of course. They still have the majority, so in my opinion, they should still get this wasteland. But whatever. Congo's nice and big. I don't think... Yeah, they did convert. I think it took them a while to convert, actually. It took a long while. And then, what's been happening recently a lot, I've seen, is that the Europeans get... Towards the end of the game, they always get kicked out of Africa, and, well, the New World as well. India, they really... I think... France, yeah, France has had Goa for a while and lost it. And the Europeans keep usually whatever they colonize in Indonesia, but that's about it. What else? We have Big Delhi, mainly because, you know, Tibet has some... excuse me. Some large provinces and some wastelands and stuff. Persia's big, but not very strong. I think I went to war with them once because I wanted Armenia, the region, the entire Caucasus. Let's see, I figured I'd build another army because my income really went up and down a lot for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe trade, because I am making quite a bit of money on that. Oh well. So basically what I did, standard stuff, you know, started Muscovy, attack Novgorod, the Golden Horde, like the hordes expand pretty slowly actually into the hordes. I usually do take it quite slow, though this is probably the most aggressive I've been in the game. And then Poland and Lithuania had a union, then broke the union, which allowed me to take a bit of land from Lithuania, after which both of them just pretty much collapsed. Lithuania was still pretty big, but then I just randomly got a personal union over them, which was such a help, because I wanted this pretty border here, and that helped me so much. I also gained Poland as a vassal at some point, so I just fed them most of this stuff, and then annexed them, which took a while because stupid Moldova or Moldavia, they kept they got the espionage ideas, which has been buffed, and they kept agitating Poland for liberty, which is really annoying. So that was a thing. Let's see, Savoy's really big. Random New World has some wildly interesting stuff. I really like the new Random New World. I hope they keep adding tiles. That would be nice. What else? Well, we have, like, my manpower is currently quite low because I had to attack Austria and stuff. Well, I didn't have to, but, you know. I think that's about it for interesting stuff. So let's go take a look at this. Still despotic monarchy, you get empire rank as soon as you form Russia, which is nice. This I had to do for reasons I'll explain in a little bit, like the high, the focus and the 3-star of the +3 advisor. Nothing too interesting here. A bunch of modifiers. Diplomacy. Let's see. My enemies and rivals. Standard stuff in Finland, Bulgaria, Byzantium, Spain, Netherlands, Korea. Stuff I've shown you already. My income. I'm still gaining inflation because of my gold mines, even though I'm not that reliant on it. I'm not reliant at all. So yeah, cool stuff here. Trade. I'm finally starting to kind of get the trade system and how to milk it out of most of its money. I'll show you how I've set up my merchants a bit later. And then tech. There we go. I had to hire the guy because I wanted 32 in all techs. And then ideas, this is usually the good stuff. I went religious, quality, influence, expansion, defensive, offensive, trade, and then humanist because, whatever. I had a final slot. Fill them all out. Nice. Then missions and decisions. Well, it's fun stuff, but this is nice. The Military Zeal Act. This made it so that I ended up with like well over 10 morale and I think 7.5, maybe 10 discipline. This religion, couldn't convert these two provinces sadly, but I have the religious unity from humanist anyway, so it's not like it really matters. Military, obviously the largest in the world. I could make it way larger. Yeah, 10.6 morale and 117.5 discipline. Because, you know, you really, really need to kill enemies. Like I posted a couple of pictures of some battles where I just crushed Austria. I did reload once, because I was fighting Austria in that final war, and there was a battle here which I lost, and my armies all, for some reason, went here instead of retreating inland, and I got like stack wipe out my army. And I thought that was dumb. So I reloaded, and I just brought on all my armies because I left most of the ones I had here, which was a stupid idea. And then my subjects, and then we get to the main meat of Cossacks, which is the estates, which I've actually found really easy to keep happy. I haven't had any trouble, pretty much. I've had like times where 2 of them were at 100% loyalty. Easily, they still have quite a bit of influence, even though they have very little provinces. Well, actually, there you go, here's the map. I just gave most of the steps to the Cossacks. I gave the forts to the boyars, centers of trade, and that kind of stuff to the burghers, and the clergy got something whenever they complained, pretty much. And this to keep it under control, but yeah, I kind of like the feature. It will be quite tricky to gain some of the achievements now, because there's one where you need like, I think, 100 provinces with like 0 local autonomy, which is pretty hard to balance with your estates because they introduce a 25% floor, as you can see here, right? Yeah. So trade. Let's see trade. Now, as Russia, you're in a pretty strong position, especially with trade ideas. You have like Novgorod. You have, for some reason, Britain has a lot of power in the White Sea node, and I have no idea why. Well, I guess I guess it's fair. There's quite a bit of money in here. I think. Oh no, 8. Wow, impressive. Yeah, most of these nodes have like 0 in them because I'm all pushing it forward. To I think I'm pushing it all to the Baltic Sea node, where I collect. So only 4 goes out, and I gain 22 of it. And the rest, like these nodes, you don't really need merchants here because most of it's being sent through anyway. Like Samarkand is a nice one, because once it goes into Persia, it'll most likely not end up in Russia itself. So unless you do like a more aggressive game where you own Constantinople, you might want to push it there. And then I think I have only 1 merchant actually, but it's enough. I have so much trade power. It's fun times. Anything else I want to show? Development. I didn't develop a lot of my provinces, so most are still dirt poor. I think that's about it. So this isn't just a video to show me having played as Russia. I actually want to show me actually playing the game, as I used to do, for those who still remember. years back with EU3. So this is also a test to see if my laptop can handle it and recording software and stuff. So I have, I want to actually do something I've never done before for my next game, which is to play Ironman Mode. I never was a big fan of it because of the monthly autosaves, and I didn't really care about the achievements too much. But I figured, well, maybe it's fun to grab a few. Oh, crap. Now that I look at this, I did forget to show one thing. One small thing, I did grab Bornholm with the new Threaten War feature, which is also amazing. I love that. Very nice for tidying up borders by just threatening small nations. But anyway, yes, Iron Man. Wasn't a big fan, but I want to, try and get a few achievements. Maybe that's a bit fun. I'll learn more timing and more aggressive and playing. So I want to do one of three things. One is recreate a game that I started before the Cossacks came out as Provence. I really enjoyed playing them, because they're in a pretty cool spot. It seems a bit precarious because you start in 3 different locations surrounding France, but France is kind of a pushover recently in the last few patches. So if you get like Austria on your side, like when I played this I got Austria on my side and a very early Burgundian inheritance. So I could just stomp France in the ground pretty quickly. Secondly, I want to try playing as Semien. They don't have a core anymore, but Semyon is the only nation in the game, until recently actually, where that starts as, well, it doesn't start, but you can release it if you start as Ethiopia, and they are the only Jewish nation in the game, except if you get a fantasy, oops, that's my phone, if you get a fantasy Jewish theocracy in the Random New World. Or if you start as a custom nation, of course. But yeah, I looked at their ideas. They seem pretty cool. I have like 10 idea groups which I want to take out of the 8 you can take, so I kind of plan it out. But it actually sounds like a lot of fun, or it'll be like 3 episodes of me just sitting and waiting until Ethiopia eats me. And the final is to give a little link with Duelist and play as Songhai, who also like me. But yeah, Songhai sounds pretty interesting actually. You can dominate Africa, at least this bit, and they have some pretty good ideas actually. Infantry combat ability, trade power, extra morale, discipline, tech cost, all in their actual ideas. Caravan power is a bit weak because I think you get a lot of power over Katsina and Timbuktu, I guess. And Ethiopia's inland as well. But still, it's all flowing away. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the best, but well, it's better than nothing, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to go with. One of these 3. I'll probably run a poll somewhere. So yeah, that's it. It's been a while since I did anything EU related. Because my last laptop just couldn't handle the game at all. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what's your preferred option. So Semyon is a Jewish nation trying to take over Africa and the Levant, I guess. Or Songhai, because Duelist. Or Provence, because it's pretty cool. Or if you have another suggestion, please do let me know. So, yeah. Time to see if the recording isn't terrible, I guess.